All right, so welcome to me cooking my dinner again, and I'm going to be cooking the same dish with a slight variation, but this is the tomato and pork. Now, as you can see, I've shown you the olive oil I'm using. It's from MINCED in Toledo in Spain, so it's a Spanish olive oil, so just put a bit of that in there. And then, of course, right now I'm just basically preparing garlic. Now, again, this is my dinner, which I really kind of enjoyed cooking just recently since my mum visited me here in Shanghai. She made kind of like a version of this using beef, and I can do that as well. But right now, minced pork is just kind of like the easiest. It's a good value and just really easy to prepare. So there you go. I've kind of crushed the garlic, and I kind of like doing the crush method, basically with the peel on. Just makes it easier to peel. I kind of crush it with a big knife, back end of like the flat end of a big knife, and you just kind of squash them up. And then it makes it much easier to peel and then just put it all together. I don't do the whole dicing and chopping. Of course, that's another kind of methodology, depending how you like to cook your food. But anyway, since this is a kind of easy, quick meal, this is how I do it. And yeah, as you can see, basically I'm trying to now just kind of break them up a little bit, get those big clumps of garlic into a smaller bits while it's kind of sauteing. Now, what I'm got here is basically, I had a big pork, and this is the butter, the rendered down fat, basically. Not butter, but I was going to call it pork butter. So basically the rendered down fat. So it just kind of adds another level of flavoring. Now, here are some spring onions I've kind of chopped up. The good thing in our market, when I buy veggies at our market, they always give free spring onions, which is really nice. It's kind of like just like a gift to say, come back to me. But yeah, so they always, actually, I sometimes have more than I can use, so I try to use it in everything when I'm cooking. So I've got my garlic, my spring onions, and I've got the pork rendered down fat, and of course olive oil, kind of mixing it all up and getting it all nicely cooked. All right, so here's the pork that I'm using. It's the black pork. You saw very quickly there's like a discount. So yeah, it was again, they at the end of the day, whatever's not sold, they kind of have a discount on them. So I like going in at the end of the day, buying it at that point, and then I'll just put it in. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this pork. It's perfect, and again, it's a high quality grade, which is great. So there it is, just mixing it up. Now, as you can see, the heat is, you can kind of see it barely. It's on 6, so it's not too hot, the pan. Anyway, just kind of mixing it. Obviously, you don't want the garlic and the spring onions to burn. Then I've got salt now, putting on the salt, pinch of salt, or maybe a bit more than a pinch, salt to taste. And I will be putting another special ingredient in later, so make sure you wait to the very end. Watch that last kind of special ingredient to give kick to this thing, and something that really adds the flavor. But you're going to have to wait till we get to that point, so stay tuned. So anyway, I'm now kind of just letting the meat kind of cook. Actually, what I'm doing right now outside is I'm washing the next ingredient. Now, this ingredient wasn't in my last video that I did, and it's kind of, again, I just saw it. It was kind of on a discount, and I said, yep, that'd be great for this dish. So, you know, when you're cooking, feel free to modify or to just add little things and twists, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's great when you're cooking. It's how you kind of experiment and how you make things interesting. So anyway, I'm just quickly kind of kneading this up, just making sure that the bottom's not burning. As you can see, I put the heat a little bit higher because now there's a lot more ingredients inside. And I'm going to put this next ingredient in, which I didn't do in the last one. And it's a vegetable. Well, technically, it's not a vegetable. Actually, there it is. It's mushrooms. Now, this is just the stems. You'll see the other ones. They're actually shiitake mushrooms, if you want to call it that. Did I get that right? Anyway, we call it in Chinese, see you tomorrow. Anyway, you're going to see the actual full stem of these mushrooms. We call it see you tomorrow. Well, just use your imagination why we call this see you tomorrow. Because they're not always fully digested. And yep, as it says in the name, see you tomorrow. But anyway, I'm just kind of mixing those all up because either the stems, I don't want to waste anything, and they're still all edible. So here we go. I'm going to start putting in the mushroom, and there they are. So yeah, I think they're called shiitake mushrooms. If I'm wrong, please put in the comments below. Let me know what you call these particular mushrooms in your country. I know there's probably different names, and in Chinese they're called see you tomorrow. So there you go, mixing it all up, getting that steam in because there's more water content now. And now I've actually put the oven on quite a high heat, on the highest heat, or second highest, number 9. Just kind of getting it all in there. All right. So again, now the main ingredient, the main accent or the main ingredient to give this the flavor that you want, which is obviously the tomato. Now, what I love about tomato is obviously besides its flavor, it's actually really good for men. Now, this is one of the things that, again, do your own research. I'm not an expert, but for the prostate in men, tomatoes are very good for you. Now, in particular, cooked tomatoes. So it's really interesting that when you actually cook the tomatoes, even, for example, tomato sauce, tomato puree, anything tomato is actually really good for the male prostate. And there's something with it once it's actually cooked that has a heightened profile in terms of the nutrients or the qualities that help male prostates, right? So it's better when it's cooked. Now, that doesn't mean you can eat it fresh. Of course, you can eat it fresh. Okay, so now I'm putting in some pepper, some ground black pepper. Again, this is to taste, and it's up to you whether you want to put it in. But I love pepper, and actually, this pepper will come into play with another ingredient I'm going to put in later on, another spice. Then I'll explain that a little bit more when we get to that point, why the pepper and this spice actually makes sense. Okay, so but anyway, so back to the tomatoes. So for the men watching here, if you're watching this, just note in terms of tomatoes that they're good for the prostate. So I've just put the tips of the spring onions, which I kind of saved, just kind of layering the when I put in spring onions. I don't want to put it all at the same time. So as they're kind of, obviously the stems of the spring onions need a little bit more time cooking, and of course the tips. Now here it is. Here is the fish sauce. All right, we call it in Filipino patis. Okay, so fish sauce. This is from Thailand. I wouldn't recommend having a lot of this every day. It's not really the best thing for you. Well, it's a fermented fish sauce, okay? Now, I've had this since I was growing up. The smell is pretty pungent. So for those who've never had fish sauce before, be careful when you buy it. It's a pretty strong smell. Now, for me, I love that smell. And for those, it's just one of those things. Like, some people don't like blue cheese because of the smell. I love blue cheese. Some people don't like the smell of durian, which is that yellow fruit, tropical yellow fruit from Thailand and Malaysia. Now, I absolutely love that. So everyone has different tastes and smells. So yeah, just be careful. But for me, I love patis. Now, I'm putting a little bit of oyster sauce. This is oyster sauce. Well, everyone knows probably what oyster sauce is. It's a great kind of just to add some extra flavor in there into the dish. Now, the spice that I mentioned, that's going to work well with the meat and with the black pepper, I'm going to be putting in very soon. Okay, so I'll just wait. I'm going to put it at the end. You'll see that. But anyway, back to the fish sauce. Again, it's in a lot of Thai dishes. So for those who love Thai food, I'm sure you know what this is. If you haven't had Thai food, and of course Vietnamese food, they have it in their sauce. So usually if you're eating Vietnamese and you have maybe some of their fried spring rolls or something, you will see They'll have a side condiment with chili and fish sauce. So fish sauce is obviously widely used in Southeast Asian cuisine, and I love it. So anyway, that was the fish sauce. That gives this dish a bit more umami, a bit of a, I wouldn't say a kick, but a kick it with from a fragrance perspective. And again, put it to taste, put it sparingly. I put a nice good couple of squeezes in there. But again, don't go crazy. That's the key. Okay, so now I am just getting my plate ready and all that, just letting this simmer. So it's important for this dish to make sure you're cooking, particularly it's pork, make sure it's cooked all the way through. And voila, there it is, all simmering nicely. Okay, give it a bit of a mix. Make sure that the bottoms and the pieces are all through. Again, you don't want any raw pieces of pork. Not a good thing. And now I'm going to put in my, there it is, ground turmeric. So that is a very important spice. Now, besides giving it a nice kind of orangey color, obviously ground turmeric is used widely in Indian cuisine, but turmeric itself as a spice is really, really, really good for inflammation. That's right. So it really helps with bringing down inflammation. Now, what a lot of people don't know, and I've done a lot of research into this, again, I'm not an expert, but please do your own research, is that turmeric works really well, or better, 10 times in fact. The efficacy of turmeric works 10 times more effective when it's with black pepper. It helps it absorb, because turmeric on itself doesn't work on its own. Voila, there it is, my dish. Hope you enjoy, and stay tuned for more.